My name is Claire Michael, and I'm 32 years old. It was my niece's 8th birthday party, a supposedly joyous occasion nestled in the suburban heart of our family's ancestral home. The yard was filled with children's laughter and the smell of barbecue, a backdrop for the undercurrents of family tension that often simmered beneath the surface. Amid the clinking of glasses and the rustle of gift wrap, I felt a gnawing anticipation, an expectation of something I couldn't quite name. It wasn't long before it arrived, wrapped in the form of my cousin Nathaniel Rhodes, the self-anointed family patriarch despite his age. Nathaniel, my elder by only 5 years, had always been the golden child of the family, charming, successful, and unassailably arrogant. He approached me with that familiar smirk, his eyes betraying amusement at some private joke. Claire, still fighting the good fight in the publishing world? Or is it struggling? His words were as sharp as the tailored suit he wore to a child's birthday, a deliberate dig at my modest editorial career. I forced a smile. Making strides, actually, I replied, my voice steady despite the anger simmering beneath. Nathaniel's eyes glinted, undeterred by my attempt at maintaining composure. Well, some of us have to settle for small victories, I suppose. Not everyone can be the CEO of their own company. He chuckled, a low, grating sound that felt like nails on a chalkboard. The insult hung in the air, a verbal gauntlet thrown down at my feet. My mind raced, cataloging every moment of my struggles and triumphs. The late nights editing manuscripts, the rejection letters that turned into glowing acceptances. I'd learned to navigate the treacherous waters of the publishing industry, but facing Nathaniel was a different battle altogether. The wound he inflicted wasn't just to my pride, but to years of unrecognized effort. And so began my campaign, a methodical game of retribution. The initial assault came swiftly, Nathaniel moving as if coordinated by some unseen clockwork. A few days after the party, I discovered that a crucial manuscript I'd been working on had vanished from my office. Panic surged through me as I realized the implications, contracts, deadlines, my career all at risk. There was no doubt in my mind who was behind this. Nathaniel's penchant for dirty tricks well known within the family. I sat in my dimly lit office, surrounded by stacks of books and notes, dissecting the attack. The threat was immediate, but I couldn't allow it to paralyze me. My thoughts honed in on a solution, a way to turn his own game against him. I recalled the backup drive I always kept, a habit ingrained by years of cautious practice. Within it lay not only the manuscript, but detailed records of all my communications and work agreements. I acted swiftly, reaching out to my contacts and employing a favor from a tech-savvy friend to trace the document's last known digital footprint. It was a calculated risk, a step into the murky realm of cyber investigation, but the payoff was worth it. Within days, I had proof not only of the sabotage, but of Nathaniel's attempts to discredit my work to industry insiders, a trail of emails and phone calls leading back to him. The immediate result was the salvation of my project and a temporary pause in his machinations. But Nathaniel was nothing if not unrelenting. His next move was to smear my reputation within the family, twisting truths into venomous lies. He painted me as incompetent, a charity case of our parents, playing on the insecurities that I'd long buried. The whispers spread like wildfire through family gatherings, sowing doubt in those who mattered most to me. I felt the sting of betrayal deepen, but I knew that emotional reaction would only serve his purpose. Instead, I turned to strategy, analyzing his tactics with cold precision. My response needed to be not just defensive, but offensive, a move that would undermine his credibility entirely. I began gathering evidence, testimonials from colleagues, acknowledgement from industry leaders, copies of the awards I'd won. Every piece was a testament to my capabilities, carefully compiled into a presentation that I could wield like a weapon. My plan was simple: to show the family the truth behind my career, to reveal the baselessness of Nathaniel's claims without ever directly accusing him. The occasion came one evening during a family dinner. The perfect stage set against a backdrop of Chardonnay and candlelight. As the conversation drifted towards work, I saw my opening. With calculated nonchalance, I shared my recent accomplishments, subtly weaving in the endorsements and recognitions I'd amassed. My family listened, their skepticism gradually eroding in the face of undeniable evidence. Nathaniel's expression shifted from smugness to something decidedly less confident. But Nathaniel was driven to desperation, escalating the conflict to its apex. He dug into our past, unearthing the most painful memories, the fractured relationship between our parents, the secrets that lay like landmines within our family history. He attempted to turn these into weapons against me, preying on vulnerabilities that only a close family member would know. In this, I recognized a pattern, a classic move to destabilize by invoking chaos. Yet I was prepared, having anticipated his descent into personal attacks. My own counter was not to shy away, but to embrace those scars, to acknowledge them openly within our family. I used the opportunity to address the rifts, to mend what had been broken, turning his attempt to isolate me into a catalyst for unity. The final confrontation occurred in the legal domain, an unexpected move that caught Nathaniel by surprise. I sought counsel to protect my professional interests, citing the evidence of his sabotage and defamation. The meeting at the lawyer's office was tense, a culmination of our protracted struggle. Nathaniel sat across from me, the distance a chasm filled with years of rivalry and resentment. It was there that I played my final card, revealing not just the trail of his misdeeds, but their legal ramifications. I laid it all out with unflinching clarity, leveraging both his pride and his fear. In seeking to destroy my career, he had unwittingly endangered his own. The room was silent save for the ticking clock, each second a countdown to Nathaniel's realization. His composure cracked, the facade of control slipping away as he grasped the full scope of his predicament. I spoke then, delivering the final blow. Nathaniel, your actions have been nothing but a testament to your own insecurities. It's time to stop this before it costs you everything. He had no retort, no clever comeback. His defeat was as palpable as the air we breathed, and his silence was my victory anthem. The family, now aware of the truth, rallied around me, their support solidifying my position and leaving Nathaniel to face the consequences of his own making. In the end, our family events returned to a semblance of normalcy, the echoes of conflict fading with each passing day. I stood firm, my career intact, and my resolve stronger than ever. And as for Nathaniel, he learned the hard way that envy and ambition, unchecked, lead only to ruin. The final powerful line that marked the end of our war was his own admission of defeat. He approached me months later, his arrogance tempered if not extinguished, and said, "Claire, I underestimated you." To which I replied, with the victory now firmly mine, "You're not the first, and you won't be the last."